Previously on Age of Astra.
Do you see a insignia on these banners?
The majestic authority of Valbury, the map.
I am Professor Kalihar.
This distress signal.
It didn't come from Professor Kalihar.
Who did make the call, Raina?
It was his brother.
You callers say distress. We're distress.
There have been increasing monster attacks.
Nikki, was it?
Yeah, love.
Tell me what happened.
It came in and it just started ripping people apart.
Snik, you take the lead on this question.
My mum was attacked.
Mum dead now?
Yes.
No track floor?
It stunk.
Sig, he sniff good. You find monster, it take their
Will
mum.
you take us to the place where this incident occurred?
Somewhere around here, it's hard to remember.
We will take care of this.
2 insectoid creatures.
First aid is happening.
Stab, stab.
Yeah, what?
Bad monster!
Blood.
Get out of the way!
The threat seems to be over here for now.
My whiskers can sense things.
This is not completely organic. Pooh, pooh, pooh.
Scanning.
Everybody in Valbury has a marker,
People in the below have markers.
marking them as the below.
And the people in the beyond.
have markers marking them as the beyond.
There seems to be an above and below counterpart to it.
Parents will choose who is to stay in the beyond and who is to live in the below.
Ceremony of the choosing.
Yeah,
The Church of Choice.
Church of Choice.
Do you think that somebody on the beyond who is instigating this?
We keep their world going. Without us, they would have to do the dirty work. No, it's plie, releve, and then arabesque. Get it right.
It's making a pie.
Right.
The random corners of my brain. Welcome back.
Right, so they are natural elves.
Yes.
Okay.
Synthetic
Not them
monsters.
fake elves.
Synthetic monsters. Well, they're kind of synthetically enhanced monsters. So
Yeah.
Like filler.
okay.
The last one definitely got his lips done.
Yeah.
So it really wouldn't make... If the Beyond were trying to destroy the Below, it would ruin their high society.
True.
So they have no motive.
That was my thoughts, but you see how I'm stuck. I can't investigate the beyond. All I have to go on is what I can access down here, but I agree with you. I don't know why anybody from the beyond would.
Okay, that is good to know.
Why not remove Chip and then you can go without getting stopped? If I have something in way and people say no because you have that, I smash that and then that not there and then they say okay.
You usually smash them too, and then they can't say anything.
Problem solved.
True, but they are tricky to remove. They
We have
usually end up
Doctor.
destroyed, and they will find out that it's happened. It's not worth the repercussions.
Doctor, have a look, maybe?
Is it one of those... Has anyone tried to remove one of these chips before? Do they send out a constant signal? If the signal is broken, does it alert them?
Yes.
Is it
Well,
that
from what we
situation?
understand, from our limited technology.
Okay, we have...
Sig fix.
These are... So
Just pimping
no,
out my colleagues here.
No.
Just because I'm like, I have very limited information about you guys. And I'm like, hang on, medical thing. Well, we have medical guy. Technical problem. We have technical guy. Blood guy. We got blood guy. We got guy bleeding. He eat blood. We got guy
I'll take
need
that.
fixing. He fix.
Are
We
you
got thing
go-
need fixing. He fix. Thing needs smashing. I smash.
Are
Job
you-
good.
Are you...
Snik, this sounds... It sounds like you nailed it.
Yeah.
You do.
He's learning a lot, eh?
This my first mission.
Commander, would you like me to go ahead and see if I can do some keyhole surgery?
No, do it in neck.
What you say? It's not worth the repercussions. What are the repercussions?
The enforcers
We'll come down here.
will come down here.
No.
And they're,
gonna
but they're
stand
trained
strong.
to the same as the pair of
Yes, but we
loosely termed professionals we met upstairs.
we are 4 agents. We do not know the terrain, and we could get many innocent lives lost in the process.
Which I cannot accept.
So, we leave the tracker in for now. Where are these trackers monitored from?
Well, they are installed at the church, but they don't have the facilities to produce them. They are produced at the Ark, and they supply them to the church for the monthly ceremonies.
And they monitor them from inside the Ark.
From the Ark, yes.
Then that is a place we will consider visiting for our investigation. The second and more pressing matter at hand is the disappearance of these monsters. So, what did you find out from the survivors of this attack, these witnesses?
Conic. That's the one.
Yeah. You did request he was taken.
Yep.
He is gone back to a room to
Yeah,
be
he's
monitored.
been.
I think after he
passed
passed out, after you sampled his blood,
Yeah.
they would have taken him off to have a bit of a rest.
We're not getting any answers out
Yeah,
of
I
it.
think
He
he's
did say to
And
me.
you're already full.
he thinks he's hallucinating. So
Did,
you
yeah.
know.
He did say
It's
to
a shame.
Patch.
I would like to
that-
see him again, and I lick my lips.
He tastes like jelly powder.
It's like vegan jelly.
Patch will
Very
look,
nice.
You make me want jelly now. Should I bring some jelly
like.
tomorrow? I think
Patch
I've got
will look-
raspberry. Summer fruits. Sorry, Carrie.
No, it's okay. Patch will look down at the used bandages and everything and think, that might sate Ivan later if he likes it so much.
Here, suck a bandage.
Maybe just like
It's an Ivan snack.
yeah.
Just a dry
Desperate
bandage.
times.
Conic did say to Patch that he was working as normal and the creatures did just appear from nowhere.
Yeah.
They were just all of a sudden. It
Yeah.
came through the door.
Yeah. So it's the
And
four of
so we
you.
didn't see them actually
Yeah.
appear in the below. They were just walked in.
Which door?
And you still have in the room the young lady Ellison,
Yes.
who was working with Conic
Mm-hmm.
in the postal district.
I get the sense she does not like me. Perhaps one of you could.
Don't know why you get that
interview
idea.
her.
Snik, how do you feel about doing some more interrogation training?
I do good training. We put this on ship first.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah, we.
Let go of the leg.
He is still here.
Can
He'll
I?
be fresh for a while.
I'll just grab the leg and put it into my backpack, and it'll just go.
Oh, sorry.
I had the whole.
Right.
I had the whole body.
Yeah,
I just,
yeah,
I was
yeah,
letting
you
go
didn't
of the leg.
you didn't
Just
take
not-
the leg
it's
off.
not
I've
detached.
been dragging
To
the
the leg.
I've been holding the leg because it's the only bit that wasn't spiky.
Right.
I've been
Oh,
dragging the body.
Okay.
If it were, as he's trying to shove that entire body
Didn't
in his
rip it off
backpack,
like a roast chicken.
That's what he did.
as he's trying to. Oh, I cannot possibly ask her any questions. I don't think she likes me. As I pull my sword and just start hacking this leg
At
off,
the monster.
pretending to be too busy with it, so that we can get it into Sig's back.
Where interrogate?
I don't know why no one suggested the very cute otter talk to anybody, to be honest.
Sending me in at the moment. My track record is I ended up on top of them with nearly risking a containment device breach. But yeah, let's send me back in there.
Whoever would like. Look, this
Bring it on. What else could I do?
this one is a freebie. It is up for grabs, as the youth say. Look,
You've got the
whoever
leg.
wants.
Fair point about the otter, though.
I've cut the leg off.
Okay.
Just as I step forward.
I just want to know.
Yeah, she's just watched
What
you
she saw,
astride this
where
monster
they came
just in a
from.
rage. He handcuffed her. It's got to be one of you guys, surely.
Yeah, I literally cannot. She will not tell me anything.
No, yeah, that's true.
You want to talk to me?
So what do you want to know? Where they came from?
What she saw.
Where did they go?
Where did
fucking
they go?
happened?
Where did they come from?
No joke.
I'll award 10 bonus points if you tell me who the band was.
Oh.
No, don't tell him. Don't tell him because he'll say, "Let's keep it that way." It's a joke. It's a. Oh, is it actually a question?
No, it's actually a question.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Oh no, I do know the answer and I can't remember.
Well, anyway, what's your thinking of that?
Yeah.
There's so many things in my brain. Can I Google it? It's going to put me out
No,
of
it's
misery.
not. No.
Worst
If you
risk
tell me the answer now, no, you Googled it, then you cheat and you lose your 10 points. And I gain inspiration.
I just needed to scratch the itch in my brain.
What
I
is
don't
it?
care
What-
about
who is it?
winning.
No.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll just look it up.
We'll tell you at the end of the
Begins
episode.
with a...
Subscribe to Patreon, I'll tell you.
Subscribe to Patreon. You can
Reagan.
find out who wrote
No,
Cotton
delete
Eye
all the
Joe.
history.
Ronald Reagan sang Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah.
Sign up for Patreon and you can see my search history.
Oh, we don't want to see that. No, we don't
Not
want to see
mine.
that.
Definitely not mine.
No.
Paul's face there. He's like, I use her laptop all the time. Fuck.
Yeah. It's no deleting that, you just got to kill it with fire. You just got to incinerate it.
Nuke it from all
You want me
the
kill
only
with
way
fire?
I meant more my search history during these games.
Yeah.
It's things like,
Yeah.
what do
No,
you
yeah.
do if someone rolls insight but you're not lying?
Yeah.
I still don't believe you. Roll deception.
I often Google 3 girls having fun for D&D purposes. It's often really important for me.
That's such a weird, innocent, like thing to go. It's like going naked ladies.
Boobies.
Sex pictures.
In his own house, on his own, still looks over his shoulder.
Boobies. Special wheat inspiration.
That's outrageous.
I found as well that when you're Googling stuff for D&D, you have to make sure that at the end of the search you put D&D. Because the amount of things I've looked up and gone, what? Oh no, wait, you need to specify that this is for D&D. Like,
We have
how
gone
much
slightly-
damage? How much damage if you stab someone? Oh no, wait, D&D.
No, officer, no!
Can
not
you
what I
bludgeon
meant.
someone to death with a rubber chicken? Wait, D&D.
Yeah. For fun, no!
If I set a building on fire, how about the risk of the nearing neighbours? It's like, no.
How quickly do people burn? D&D. 5e. Anyway,
We've slipped
The E's
slightly off.
educational.
E is for educational.
There's supposed to be a very cute interrogation
weird.
between Otter and Witness.
Yes. Your
Boobies.
thing killed
D&D.
me. Your thing killed me because it's the combination of somebody who calls it a quote-unquote special we, but is also aware of the concept of inspiration.
It's an inspired idea.
Oh, sorry, let's question this witness.
Yep.
Oh dear.
How
Take
did
their
we get
statement.
here?
Can't I
drove.
Can't I, Joe?
Yeah.
Where did they come from? Where did they go?
It all started from that line.
Cotton Eye Joe search history, right? We made the connection.
Shenanigans box ticked.
So, to answer the question, where did they come from?
And
God.
if I may ask, where did they go?
And who the fuck is Cotton Eye Joe?
It's a song about chlamydia.
I was going to say it's
Yeah.
I knew it's some sort of STI.
Yeah. That might be apocryphal. It might be
I
an
hadn't-
urban myth, but
If it hadn't
apparently
been
it's a
for
song
Cotton
about.
Eye Joe,
Maybe it's an urban
I've been
legend.
married
a long time ago.
Where
Yeah.
did you come from? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might be a bullshit thing, but that's what I've heard. Which is why it was sung by yours truly, Ronald Reagan.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry.
Sorry.
Where did they come from?
Sorry, I've got
subscribe to Patreon for more jokes about
my
venereal
head
diseases.
absolutely hurts after all the laughing.
Me too.
Yeah, same.
Right. So I've stuffed the chopped off leg in my backpack.
Have you chopped the leg off now? Okay, cool.
So that's
Did it with my sword.
in
We
there.
have you've got a leg. Okay.
Add leg to
I
inventory.
knew it would come in handy.
Arm joke.
Armless, really, innit?
Legless.
little pun
Handy.
like that.
So I'm just gonna
Nice thigh,
wander
nice
up
thigh.
to what was her name?
Ellison.
Ellison. I'll wander up to Ellison and go.
It's like Alison but with an air.
Sig wanders everywhere, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Wanders, ambles.
Scutters.
Scutters.
Gets into all sorts.
And
It's a
is
ferret's
she
prerogative.
standing or sitting on the floor or is she?
I think she's.
crouching.
I mean, she's been
Planking.
handcuffed. I think she's standing, sort of, just watching the scene.
Okay. I'll just
Didn't look too pleased.
Oh, never gave her a dagger back, by the way.
Yeah. Is that?
Very important.
By the way, you can't stab him.
Yeah.
Just cutting remarks.
Sorry, I was just writing down the monster leg in the bag before I forget.
Okay.
So I will, I guess, just Has she got like a cloak on or trousers? I'll just like
Just
give
a
it a little
simple.
poke and
Yeah.
tug, just so she sees me, because I'm 2 foot high, and
Fair.
I don't know whether she's seen me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, okay, yeah. She looks down and goes, "Oh, hi. Hello. Oh, can I help you?"
Where'd the monsters come from?
Oh, I don't know. I was finishing up my shift, getting ready to go to Nikki's for the party, and the monster just came in through the door. I didn't see.
How many doors are there?
Just one into this room.
Just one. So the same one that we came
Yeah,
through.
you came
door,
down
actually.
a corridor. You came in.
So winding it back a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
when we came down those corridors,
Mm-hmm.
To celebrate.
were there any passages, or was it just a single straight corridor?
I mean, yeah, because the whole place is like a myriad of like crossroads and junctions and things like that. So you would have passed other
Right, okay.
branching off corridors, yeah. But like most of the large sectors here, it's at sort of the end of a corridor. It's just a
Right. I'm just trying to get, because if we'd have gone straight from A to B,
Mm-hmm.
then we would have. How would we? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you would have bumped into it, but no,
Yeah.
there's other. It's quite like a warren of tunnels.
Okay. What was the
We
other
walked in through the outdoor.
I just
Joe.
basically like what it's taking a statement like a police officer would, right? Like,
So, yeah, what were you doing at the time?
like tell me your story from start to finish.
Yeah.
Basically.
Until we got to here.
And then ask for it again backwards, because if you're lying, you can't do it backwards, because you're generating information.
Can you just tell me what happened so I can just archive this, write it down? I can send
Yeah,
it to
I
Mr.
was,
Bungle then.
Who's Mr. Bungle?
He does the filing.
Oh, okay. Have I met him?
No.
Oh, okay. So
Have I met him?
I don't think I know exactly what it is. I was trying it for the audience.
No, we haven't
this
met
is
him.
for the audience benefit.
You're looking, that look in your eye, suddenly I wasn't certain if,
Excellent performance.
I wasn't certain if it was.
Yeah, you see,
You
I'm
are-
an NPC, so I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know him either.
Actually, we don't know either.
No.
I don't really
Some
know
of you
who it is.
do.
I would imagine at least Ivan knows.
Anyway, this has got really cryptic. So
Anyway.
We'll discuss afterwards, but I don't think Ivan actually does know him.
I've heard
specifically.
rumours.
there we go.
At least one.
There we go.
Yeah, there's rumours.
I haven't heard anything about him.
That's how it works. Yeah, I was just in here finishing up the last of my work with Conic. We were just put in the last of the posts that had come in from today into the right slots for delivery. And all of a sudden we heard a scuttling and tapping along the floor, and we turned around and these monsters were in the doorway. They came in and went straight for us.
Are you okay? Well,
I mean, yeah.
you are now.
Yeah. I mean, it was scary, but yeah,
What,
I'll be
what-
okay. I'm more worried about Conic.
Don't worry about Conic is stable. We patched him up.
Are
He's off
they
to
in the
med.
door?
Thank you.
Do you know what corridor they came from?
No, I had my back to the door, and I just heard the scuttling sort of echoing up the corridors. By the time I turned around, they were already in the doorway.
Can I roll to sniff?
You can roll.
Nice track.
Yeah, investigation to see if you can. Well, investigation or survival to track something.
Survival is tracking.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're tracking something, it's
Yeah, because
survival
you've got
check.
this, because they're in the room, so you've already got the scent, because it's quite strong. So yeah, roll me a survival instead to see if you can follow it out.
13.
Yeah, so you
I have nothing to survive.
you can smell the scent on the monsters, and you do follow it out of the corridor. There are a number of tunnels that branch off. One to the right, you can smell that it is down to the right, but you lose the scent partway down the corridor. It gets fainter and fainter until you sort of stop at a junction. But you can see that it sort of goes in that sort of right-hand direction out of the room that you come out of.
So this junction that I'm at,
Yeah.
I've gone down the corridor to the right. Is there like crossroads, T-Junction?
So it's like a T-junction, and you've got one way, you've got, because there's like old signs up, as there are through most of the below, and one says utilities and one says waste disposal.
Okay. And which corridor does the smell fade down?
No, you don't know
Oh,
that.
it's
So
just
you
at the
come
end
out,
of-
you follow a right corridor, you get down there
Yeah.
and it fades. When you get to the end of the corridor, you've got those two paths and you can't tell because it's faded too much.
Okay. In that case, then, are there any sort of drainage things in the floor that they might have come
There
from?
are small grates immediately in the floor in front of you, but they are small. You'd fit down, but most
Others
humanoids wouldn't, and the creature, based on its size, you can assume that it wouldn't have fit.
Far too big to get
So-
through the grates.
Mm-hmm.
Do you come back now? Because you scuttled off, did
Yeah,
your
he
smelling, and
scuttled
now you're
off.
back in the room.
Or do you want to go further in to either utility? Is it utilities or waste disposal?
Yes. Yeah, you got two ways.
All
we've
right,
already
we're still in the
been in
room
utilities,
with
haven't
You've been in
Ellison.
utilities because Karen is the head of utilities.
Utilities.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
That'd be
bleep my
waste.
badge
Hmm.
because I can do that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna come over the little comms thing and go, Ivan, I'm just gonna go and check out the waste area.
Which waste area? Sorry.
There's a sign in front of me.
And the sign says what exactly?
Well, it says waste or utilities, and we've been to utilities already.
Waste or waste disposal?
What did it say? I think it's just a waste, isn't it?
I think it's just a waste.
You said waste disposal.
Okay, waste disposal then.
Okay, we patch.
I mean, tomato.
Yeah,
It's-
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
It's where the waste comes from the above to be processed, and the below either siphon bits out that they can use, turn the food scraps into drain fire,
Sure.
Drain fire.
you know, all of that. So
Are there incinerators in the waste disposal?
yes.
Kelvin?
Oh, sorry.
Kelvin? Kelvin?
Uh,
Kelvin. I will one day get this correct.
Caramel, where are you?
Cartman.
Yes, so we sort through the incoming waste, and anything that can't be used is incinerated. Yes.
Where do the bodies of those who need to be burned go?
To the waste. I'm afraid we have no other facilities to deal with it.
It is
So
a crying shame to call them waste.
I feel the same way, but we work with what we have, unfortunately.
Of course, I understand. Now that I've gotten to know you better, I definitely know your name.
I have written it down
I trust
especially.
you.
And trust you. Because I remembered you are that guy that I
That
saw
guy,
earlier, not the other guy.
Not the other guy that looks like that guy.
That
or
looks
the other
vaguely
guy
like
that,
him.
that was in the bar.
So, are you two done here? Are we remaining here? I mean, there is
We're
still a
still back in the
monster in the containment
Yes, we do,
unit,
yeah.
So,
Sig,
Oh, yeah, good point.
Sig, it's Patch. Can you hear me
Yes?
on the communicator? Because are you still out in the corridor?
Yeah.
One second.
Sorry.
The smell, yeah, those smells that you're picking up, which I presume you're doing. Is it the same smell as you were picking up before, regardless of the creature? Do they smell different?
I guess that's
I was
So
I'm
it's
trying
the
to
same
think
smell
up.
as what?
So
The
he
other
smelt
things
the
I've
flump,
sniffed.
and he smelt the insect thing.
Oh,
Do
no,
they
he can. So he was in the room with the monsters, the monster you just killed and contained, and because that scent was in the room, he managed to follow that out. But
But he also smelt the flump before.
do they smell the
Yeah.
same?
Yeah, as in like
they're different monsters, so no. Yeah.
Okay.
my angle
the-
was like if
yeah,
they're being
yeah.
built,
If they've been
they
made,
smell
Well,
the same.
okay, if you want to smell
if
in
they've
more.
both been from the waste disposal area, they would smell like the waste disposal
Any-
Right,
area.
if you want to
look at
smell
any
in more
pattern.
detail, you can, I guess, go back to the monster and give it a bit of a
Sure.
deeper, closer investigation.
Yeah.
I'm looking
But
for a
otherwise,
pattern.
you were just tracking, so I don't think you really went into much detail.
Fair,
you were
fair.
just
Okay.
like,
Fair,
oh
fair,
yeah,
fair.
follow that.
It's like direction.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, then I'll
Oh.
Sig,
My question might make him
I'll
sniff.
come back.
should we? I mean, I have no further questions for any of these people. I think that is a good heading to go down.
Everybody is medically stable.
Shall we contain this creature and then be on with our business, or is there anything
That
else you would
fellow
like
in
to
there?
do?
He doesn't look too happy. When you say contain, what do you mean?
Could you not Can you activate the container to
I can-
shrink it back
I
down,
can-
or you can just cancel it?
I can cancel it, but it will be an initiative again, and we will have to finish it off.
But I don't want to leave it here.
No, because you got.
Decisions.
I'm back in the room anyway. I've scuttled back into the room because I needed to sniff the thing. So, can I roll for a good sniff?
You having a good old
Roll
sniff
for
of
a
the.
good sniff. Yes, that sounds good.
Ooh, that's cocked.
What would you do in this situation?
And that is a 13.
You can smell the creature, and it smells as you would expect looking at it, that, you know, it has the smell of a sort of reptilian type creature. And you do smell a familiar underlying smell that you caught on the other creatures.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I'm looking for. Some sort of pattern. They've either been to the same place or they're made of the same stuff.
Yeah, there's something familiar that you're like, this...
There is a link somehow. There's a
there's
little.
something underneath there that
Okay.
I've smelt when he was sniffing out the flump. Yeah.
As we've got the body still, it's in the pile next to me.
Yes. With
The-
no leg, yes.
Yes. Where they were when we were talking to Conic and Ellison, so Conic, Ellison, and she was talking about the chip in her neck.
Yes.
Shoulder.
Could I, shoulder, yeah.
Yeah,
Could I investigate the body of the monster to see if there's anything around their neck of like chips or anything,
shoulder, yeah,
or
yeah.
shoulder, to see if they're also controlled and created?
That's
Yeah.
a really clever
Yeah,
point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just going to start, but I'm going to do it in a very Snik way by accident, and so I'm just going to lean on the body, just sort of waiting, see what's going on, just casually, and then I'm going to accidentally put my elbow through its neck, be like, oh, whoops, and then in the trying to sort of like, oh, I need to tidy this up before anyone notices, end up just sort of smushing it apart and basically just flattening the
Jesus
neck.
He's very strong.
Just acts like, oh, don't know my own strength, and now
Why
there's
is this giving of mice and men vibes? Like,
He's basically
whoops.
You're holding the
I
corpse
tried-
too tight, Lenny.
I tried to pet it and it fell apart.
I could have done a medical scan,
Think of
but I think you're having
And I
fun.
freaked out and broke
you
his
weren't
shoulder.
present at that moment, and I leant on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I basically turned it into a blood puddle from sort of
Yeah.
this point up.
Okay.
So jawline, I would think probably jawline to there is
Yeah.
now blood puddle.
Wow.
Just so that way I can see any devices.
That is gross.
Yeah.
Roll me an investigation, please. I mean, you've got to search around the blood pile, you know.
that was so close.
Oh, well, I was so gutting. Investigation is 8 plus -1, so that would be a 7. I'm really not good at looking at shit.
And with a 7, you search through the blood pile and have a bit of a rummage. There's nothing unnatural that you can see. Everything looks like you'd expect from the inside guts of a monster. There's just lumps of flesh, there's blood, there's little fragments of bone that you've shattered. If you look closely at the fragments of bone, they have sort of aligned to form a fleet of ships. Fleet of sponsorship.
Fuck off.
I know it's coming as well.
She got me dead in the eyes when she did that.
Paul knew it was coming, and he looked at me, and we like raised our eyebrows, and I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm going for it."
Hi there, I just wanted to stop in to say thank you so much for watching Age of Astra. We really, really love making this show, so if we've made you laugh even once, please drop a like or a comment down below. It really helps the algorithm show this show to more people who may like it. And if you've enjoyed more than one episode, please click that subscribe button and you'll never miss another episode of Roll Britannia in the future. Ready? Just one click. Go. Anyway, that's enough from me. Please, get back to the action.
So you have a good search, and everything you find is natural bone fragments, muscle,
With that roll.
bloody slop. No
No
bits
masts
of,
or
of
rigging.
tech. No.
Keels.
No, they seem to
No,
have
but there were deals.
Sailed people.
They seem to have sailed off into the distance. It's weird. They're not there
Fragments of bones.
It was like a weird hallucination. When you stare at something too long, it starts to look like a face.
like
It's
a
like
magic
that.
eye, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Or like a Rorschach test kind of thing. You're like,
What do you see?
Something
Bloody
you see-
neck? No, it's a fleet of what?
Oh, please. I need to write in a therapist's office. Just
Like when
in
you see-
time for an ad break.
Jesus' face on the foam of with your beard and the glasses on.
Yeah.
I might be setting myself up
That's
for
it.
failure
Keep
here.
giving me ideas. Go on.
But to cover all bases, because I know we didn't roll very well.
See, that's meta.
Metagaming, mate.
Metagame.
You should roll for us and then just tell it.
Okay.
If you're gonna
Well,
start doing that.
I did say before,
You were gonna
I could have just done a medical scan rather than the extreme violence.
Okay, well, in fairness, I didn't ever say that I'm doing this to investigate anything. I played it off as I've lent. So as far as they're concerned, no medical investigation has
true.
actually been done.
That's true.
I've just been the big-handed buffoon.
He's
that I am.
making a mess.
Yes.
Okay, what you doing?
I would
trying
like
to
to carry
clean-
out a medical scan on this creature.
Okay.
Using my medical scanner, which we have already set precedent, you can get advantage on.
Oh, you sneaky little thing.
Yeah, welcome. That's what Tom does.
That's what he does.
He-
No, I'll probably
he
set myself up
asks-
for failure.
He asks you for your word and then holds
Go
you
on.
to that word
Roll a
and then rolls an 8 or a
The
7.
bastard.
Oh, Christ. I mean, I think it must be faulty. 9
Do you need to upgrade it for you?
is the best. I think I may need an
Yeah.
upgrade. So a 9.
A 9.
Hey, look, I got to give it a go.
it's-
It's just the dice don't like me. So I do a scan of
You
the
give it a
creature.
scan?
Of my use a medical creature. Scan up and down.
He is dead.
Yes.
Well, he's doing a medical scan. Let me start at the top.
yeah.
Fair point, fair point.
Deceased.
No heartbeat.
Yeah.
No
Today's-
respiratory rate.
Today's top story. He's dead.
Yeah. Snuffed.
His cholesterol.
Find out more later.
What was his
Through
blood
the
group?
roof.
He is smushed into pieces. I don't think you're going to be able to rescue him. He is a monster.
Male or female?
She. No, I don't know. It's
She?
a monster. I was saying he. I don't know.
2 weeks from retirement.
Yeah.
That's
Your
all
medical
it says.
scanner's broken. You can't tell.
No.
You can tell it's some sort of insectoid species. It has a hard, armor-like, almost beetle-esque shell. And you can tell that the...
But it's got the wheels from a Ford Focus.
Yes. Just the ones on the left.
You can tell that...
Deciding how much information
Yeah,
to give
basically.
For a 9.
out. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, not much.
I would
King
pick
scanner.
a 9.
I know.
There is nothing...
Could have been a 6.
there is nothing non-biological coming up in your scan.
Fair enough. And I make that known to my colleagues.
No technology found.
We should
Nope.
investigate further this trail that Sig has found. But I realize we cannot leave this here. Sig, you have the only control for this thing, correct?
Yes.
I'll take off my communicator.
Okay.
Is there any way of using this personal communicator to communicate to the Pax Astra, or is it just local communication?
Yeah, well, I did say you were in range. I
You
think...
said in range of something.
Yeah, so I think the communicators on you will reach each other. If you want to reach Pax Astra, you have to go back to your pod to try and reach them because of the range.
It's got like bigger kit on it. Bigger comms kit.
Yeah,
All right.
if
Yeah,
you
that's
want
fine.
to get a message back to the
I like
Pax.
that.
Yeah.
There's a body hanging out the door.
I will. Oh yeah, there is half a body now.
Are we saying that's in?
I think so.
Okay.
Shit. Those kids, they shouldn't have been playing on the run.
I will.
This is such a...
yeah.
I will say into my scanner. I'll call the pod from my scanner and basically like leave a message for onward forwarding.
Okay.
And go,
You've reached the voicemail
Yeah.
of the pod.
Like, while it's fresh in your mind, yeah.
Automatic message to be sent to Pax Astra when connection is established. This is Special Agent Ivan to suck your blood. I am removing my communication device to hand over to Kelrin. Kelrin Callahar, is that correct? That is your name.
Yeah.
I knew
Kelrin
it anyway. I
Callahar,
was
who was
testing
the
you.
source of our distress signal. We do not have enough communication devices for all of us, and it is necessary for him to be able to communicate with the team when we are on onward investigation. So I'm going to now hand that over. I'll unpin it and then remove it and hand it over to Kelrin.
I got 2 now. No, I'll give you...
I mean physically. I can
Yeah.
keep it,
You
but-
can keep it physically. No, Chip's not allowing you to have it back.
But mentally and spiritually, it's yours.
But
Spiritually, it's gone.
But yeah, so I'll hand that over to him so that This monster, this containment field will hold for up to 24 hours, but you will want to watch it in 6-hour increments.
Okay.
Take 3 or 4 of the strongest, most well-equipped people you can find, and get them to sit and watch. And if they need to get in touch with us, there is that communicator. You can pass it on to somebody else and come with us, or you can keep it yourself. But call us if this thing tries to escape, but we must be pressing forwards.
Of course, I understand.
We just need to try and make sure. We just need to try and make sure we can be back here within 6 hours.
Where do you plan on travelling to next? I mean, I would love to. I think it would be useful for me to accompany, just because of my knowledge of Valbury and the Below. But as you know, I can't accompany you to the Beyond. If you do need a representative in the Beyond, you have my brother and you have Raina, who is from the Below. I do trust Raina. Me and my brother helped her get her position and campaigned for it. My brother is a vocal supporter of trying to stop what happens in our world, and stop the separation of above and below. He's one of the few in the Beyond that is trying to help us. So I would also, say he is a good contact for you if you need help in the Beyond, but I don't know where you go next.
That is good advice to hear. I think, if I may make the decision for our team,
You're the boss.
we should investigate these monsters first, because yes, this system seems terrible and is forcing people into indentured servitude, but it is not directly killing people at the moment, and I want to solve that problem first. It is more pressing that these killings stop, and then we will see what we can do to secure your liberty. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah, I appreciate any help you can give.
These monster attacks are becoming more frequent. There's
They are.
been...
Sig, Snik, what are your thoughts on this matter?
I agree, sir.
Snik goes, I love slavery.
Sounds great.
Well, they are not happy, and we can try and help. So we find where monsters come from, kill monster, then
Save world? Are you having
He'll
an
get there.
episode?
He'll get there.
Civilization.
Yes,
Civilization.
Did he just learn a new word?
he did, I think.
I thought he was having an
Well
episode.
done.
I'm glad he's come through.
Well done. Civilization.
It's a hard
Kill,
word.
find monster. The civilness.
Nice? Good. Everybody happy? Good.
Absolutely.
I like.
We need to deal with the pressing matter first. Absolutely.
So, hand that communicator to somebody you trust implicitly and get them to stay here on guard so that we can be informed.
This only way crossing. Yeah.
Crossing to
are we-
where?
I want them to stay here so that they can keep an eye on this containment field, because that monster is going to try and escape every 6 hours. So they need to be here so that when that monster tries to escape, they can kill it.
Right.
At the very least, at the end of the 24-hour period, they'll have to kill it. Yeah, so that's my kind of instruction too.
Yeah.
He'll get on his
High horse.
phone and sort of ring for a few people to come down so you can hear him having a little
Yeah,
conversation
bro.
about
What's up? We're stomping an insect.
bring some of your strong men. It's gonna have a bit of a ring
Bring
round.
some strong men. I'm going to jump a guy.
Hop, 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 hop. I just imagine old Victorian strongmen with vests.
Why we leave monster in 10 cage thing? We have.
We need to trap it for research.
Yes, he has trap.
he has trap. We no have to leave them with Monster. Monster could get out, hurt people, or escape. He couldn't stop trap now and then throw trap out. We have trap, Monster trap. People safe. We happy?
Does your second containment unit act to contain a first one?
Can do.
No. Containment disk inception. I think he means, can you use a containment disk to
While it's
contain
still
the containment
trapped.
disk?
Oh, okay,
No, we're not doing
misunderstood.
containment disk
No, we
inception.
can't.
You'd have to release it from the first to
Yeah,
try and
we'd
trap
have
it
to.
in the second, yeah.
Sorry, misunderstood that.
Disk and a disk and a disk.
That
Listen,
won't work.
because we can't leave in there because Monster can get out. We can't leave them with Monster.
Calren comes off the phone because he overhears this conversation, and he'll come over and say, "Look, lad, I know you mean well. I understand what you mean, but I have some strong lads. I really do. And you spend the next however long trying to bring this thing down or contain it again, and there may be another attack in the meantime.
Okay.
We can handle it.
We leave with you, but he give you pin to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
to us.
Yeah.
Ferret, Sig, if you give other disc to them, if go wrong here, they can use. Then
I do not want to waste a second disc, but it is better than it potentially getting out.
it just loan. If they don't use, then they give back, like pin.
Okay. I will agree to this. I will agree to this. You make some very solid points, and I had not considered the potential effect that this could have on other people. I was hoping, as we are all tired, to avoid another fight, but...
Just gonna tap his badge and just go,
Consider.
Very forward thinking of you.
I not do that one much.
But when you do, it is very important. Every day is a school day, as they say.
Yeah. We all learn, Ivan. It's not a mistake. It's a learning point.
Now,
You're still the boss.
Sig, I'm just completely ignoring that. Sig, pass over one of these containment devices, and we shall be on our way.
So I'll just pop it out and go.
Oh, what about the disc? Sorry.
Thank you. I'll pass it on to my men.
Let us follow Sig's trail.
Follow his tail. Go, little ferret, we follow your tail.
He is Captain Literal, isn't he? I love it.
Let us follow Sig's trail.
But also his
Just-
tail.
Do you want to lead the mission? Do you want my coat, the shirt off my back too?
I am really enjoying this daddy-son thing they've got going on.
No, it's good.
fit. Too big, because I'm still large. I've got about a minute left or so. I only had 10 minutes on it, so I've probably not got long left, but I'm massive.
You only had 10 minutes on it. There's been a lot of chit chat, hasn't there? You've chopped a leg off, put it in a bag.
Yeah, we're efficient.
It's one of the
Let us go.
really tricky things, isn't it?
There will be
You're
no
the-
more talk. Let us go.
Lead the way then, Sig, I guess.
Okay. And out the doorway, down the corridor, turn right, and get to the signs where it says utilities and waste.
Okay, so
Burning.
you've reached the...
Burning with red-faced embarrassment that
Yeah,
he thought of a thing that I didn't.
Love it. So you've reached the T-Junction
Yes.
between utilities and waste. Which way are you going?
Towards
Utilities.
the way.
I knew you both say the opposite thing. You waste.
I nearly just went left. No direction.
We'll go back into the room.
I'm just interested in
In
watching
my
the power
head, left
dynamic.
is utilities, waste is wrong.
Sig told me before he was going to the waste disposal, so we will charge through to the waste disposal.
Yeah, to be honest, whichever way Sig's going, we're following it.
Yeah. So have you actually got a trail now? Now is it going on? What is it going
So
into?
the trail ended
It
before
did.
the T-Junction, so you don't know whether it was coming from utilities or waste.
So we just we
we've
guess we just think that he's got. Oh no, he told us where it ran
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
So
You
it's
went
now.
to utilities and met Calren there, because that's where the
That's
That's where we sent the SOS signal from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we already went to utilities, so let's go and explore the place where we didn't. Which is connected to the surface. Because the Beyond dumps waste
all
into
their crap
there.
come down, so yeah, let's do it.
They filter. It's basically it's a recycling centre, isn't it?
Yeah.
They dump all that shit.
Drain fire,
So
etc.
you go right towards waste, and you enter a very large room, and you can see many pipes coming down into the room. That underneath there are large sort of buckets almost on wheels that collect what falls through the chutes. A bit like, when they have like a laundry in a hotel and you throw things down and they
What's
they fall
coming
into
out
the
of the
baskets
pipes?
and then all sorts, because it's a waste area. So food scraps, nappies, bits of paper,
I hope you've all had your inoculations.
posts that they haven't shredded. Naughty.
A legless body of a monster.
yeah. Junk mail, apple scraps, nappy, monster, more food scraps. No, I'm joking.
Well, go back to the junk mail.
Yeah, the junk mail.
Oh yeah,
Where's
yeah,
it from?
Junk mail.
Yeah.
No, just
Talk to me about these nappies.
what you do.
Full, empty.
Who are we talking?
Wet, soiled.
Punami?
Definitely.
So various, it's not
Adult
separated.
nappies.
It's not separated at this point. They are just pipes from different areas
Sure.
of Valbury,
Sure,
and
sure,
then
sure.
over to the side they've got the sorting area. They've got like a belt where it gets tipped out and people will sort it. Although at the moment nothing's moving.
Oh.
Everybody has finished the last shift and have gone to Nikki's for the last shift party. So there is nobody in there when you enter, and everything is still.
The pipes that we can see that are coming in.
The pipes.
Are they quite large, visible pipes that we can see like the exits of?
They are large, yeah, because they have to get waste down there, and sometimes they'll be like really big cardboard boxes, or even people will chuck out furniture and things like
Enormous
that.
nappies.
They're very wasteful.
Are they big enough?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Are they big enough for a monster to fit through?
You think so? We're looking at them, yeah.
So-
Yeah, they're very large.
Based on the size of this.
Probably
You could
going to
get
need
up
a
it.
little bit of help with this because
Okay.
I'm shite at this. But the reason I asked about the pipes is because I wanted to see, is there any kind of scratch marks on any of these pipes, like something had climbed its way in? But I have a -1 to perceptions or investigation, so this is not going to go well.
Yeah, anyone who wants to investigate stuff, roll me and just tell me what
15.
you're looking for.
I'm looking at the pipe specifically to see if there's any damage markings to look like something has climbed up it to use basically those, if that's how things are appearing in houses by going up waste routes.
Yeah.
Different house. That's what I'm trying to look at.
They're coming down though, aren't they?
No, they're coming. Oh, they're coming from. Yeah. So they could be either way using waste routes.
Has it been?
I thought they were.
Has it been chucked down, and then is there like scrabbling there? Basically, he's just looking for signs that the monsters were in here.
Or
I
they're
thought-
using the tubes in any way, shape, or form to
travel.
Transit between the two.
Because it might be that they've gone up, they've come down from up, or gone
Yeah.
up at some point, but just not killed anyone because of chips.
Well,
Yeah.
That was the reason I asked.
If these
because
are coming from like labs or houses or whatever, somebody's shoving it down a chute, then there might be.
Yeah. Any signs of damage would
Got
be.
ya.
It would.
Yeah, yeah.
It's given me reason to want to investigate that one. To, if nothing else, maybe see where that came out and go, oh look, that's next to death site number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
all right.
Yeah, you have a look at all the tubes. They are all quite dirty. There's a lot of stuff smeared on the inside. A few of them are scratched to varying degrees, but you can't tell whether there's no massive gouges.
Oh yeah.
It could be from furniture being shut down. It could be from something scrabbling down. But yes, there are a few pipes that you can see visible scratches on the inside. Yeah.
Sig, these scratches, do they match with the damage you saw that was in Nikki's by that hooked horror creature? There you go. I'll just rope the person who's good at investigation into the same thing that you were doing.
Yep, nice, clever.
Yeah, so if like Snik points out the tubes that have scratches, you'll have a look. You see when you look closer, because you've got your like goggles and such for having a bit of a
Flipping
scan.
down.
You have a look at one and you can see there's little wood splinters embedded in some of the scratches on one pipe. You go to the next, and they just seem very surface level. You go to the next pipe and you can see that they're very jagged. And They do resemble, possibly, claw marks.
Wow, what an episode, right? Well, thank you so much for being here and watching this episode of Age of Astra. And if you just simply can't wait to get another fix, then simply click this link here to watch another episode right now. And if you would like to support our show, for less than the price of a pint, you can get exclusive access to, well, these episodes early, plus loads of other bonus content and even some merch if you fancy it. So, what are you waiting for? Just click a link or come to Patreon. Go on, come and play.
Next time on Age of Astra.
Unfortunately, Snik is not that intelligent. So if he sees Spider,
Yeah, it does look like a spider, so don't blame him.
it's understandable mistakes to make. For the uneducated.
Like Snik.
I was making a friend there.
I realised I had a
I
moment to go
thought we were
befriend the
comrades.
DM or just completely whip the rug.
Just throwing me under the bus.
So,
Damn.
Yeah,